When news of Kenny Rogers' passing spread, it didn't feel like the loss of a distant celebrity. It felt personal, as though a familiar voice that had been present through decades of ordinary life had quietly gone silent. Rogers wasn't just a country music star. He was a storyteller whose calm delivery and gentle phrasing made his songs feel like conversations shared late at night. Whether people first heard him through a crackling radio or a worn cassette tape, his music carried comfort, wisdom, and emotional honesty. Songs like The Gambler and Lucille weren't simply hits. They became reflections of real-life choices, regrets, and resilience. His appeal crossed generations because he sang about things everyone understood: love gained, love lost, and the lessons learned somewhere in between. Long before the accolades and sold-out tours, Kenny Rogers built a connection with listeners that didn't rely on flash or spectacle. It relied on trust, sincerity, and the power of a well-told story. Early love and the cost of growing up. Long before fame shaped his public image, Kenny Rogers' personal life followed a quieter, more uncertain path. As a teenager still figuring out who he was, he married his high school sweetheart, Janice Gordon, in 1958. He was just 19 years old, full of ambition, but lacking the stability that lasting partnerships often require. The marriage ended 2 years later, but it left behind something permanent: their daughter, Carol Lynn. That early chapter reflected the challenges of growing up quickly while still searching for direction. Later that same year, Rogers married Jean Rogers, hoping for a fresh start, but that relationship also ended after a few short years. These early marriages were not marked by scandal, but by youth, change, and the quiet realization that love alone isn't always enough. They shaped Rogers in subtle ways, teaching him about responsibility, loss, and the emotional weight of choices made before life fully takes shape: family, fame, and fragile balance. In 1964, Kenny Rogers found what seemed like a deeper sense of stability when he married actress and dancer Margot Anderson. Their marriage lasted 12 years, his longest at that point, and together they welcomed a son, Kenny Jr. For a time, family life offered balance and grounding. But as Rogers' career gained momentum, the demands of touring, recording, and constant travel slowly took their toll. Success brought opportunity, but it also brought distance, physical and emotional. The music industry rarely pauses for personal life, and like many artists of his era, Rogers struggled to maintain both. By 1976, the strain proved too heavy, and the marriage ended. It wasn't a story of bitterness, but of two lives pulled in different directions. That chapter reflected a reality many musicians face. The same ambition that fuels success can quietly erode the foundations of home, even when love is present. Love in midlife and quiet reflection. Rogers married again in 1977, this time to actress Marianne Gordon. Their relationship endured nearly 2 decades and brought another son, Christopher Cody. For years they appeared steady, navigating fame and family with relative calm. Yet time has a way of reshaping priorities, and as Rogers entered midlife, changes surfaced. The pressures of longevity in entertainment, personal reflection, and evolving identity slowly created distance. The marriage ended in 1993, with Gordon later acknowledging that a midlife reassessment played a role. Rather than diminishing Rogers' legacy, these chapters added depth to it. His personal experiences mirrored the emotional themes in his music: longing, regret, and growth. Looking back, his love life reads less like a series of failures and more like a journey marked by learning. Each relationship left an imprint, shaping the emotional insight that made his songs resonate so deeply with listeners. A love that arrived at the right time. Kenny Rogers' final marriage unfolded differently from the rest, shaped not by urgency, but by timing and patience. In the 1990s, he met Wanda Miller, a restaurant hostess in Atlanta, during a chance encounter that neither expected to change their lives. Despite a significant age difference, their connection grew steadily and privately. they married in 1997, beginning a chapter defined by stability rather than turbulence. With Wanda, Rogers found a sense of calm that had often eluded him. Their marriage lasted until his passing and became a grounding force during his later years. The birth of their twin sons, Justin and Jordan, in 2004 brought renewed purpose and joy. Fatherhood late in life softened Rogers in visible ways, offering him moments of normalcy far removed from the stage. This relationship wasn't about reinvention. It was about arriving at peace, life beyond the spotlight. In his later years, Kenny Rogers stepped away from constant touring and embraced a quieter rhythm of life. At home, he was less the global icon and more a devoted husband and father. Wanda often spoke about the simple traditions that defined their family life, especially time spent with their sons. One of Rogers' favorite rituals was Super Saturday, a routine that included breakfast at McDonald's, a car wash, and a visit to Chuck E. Cheese. These moments weren't glamorous, but they were deeply meaningful. They reflected a man who valued presence over performance. As health challenges emerged, including bladder cancer, Rogers faced them privately and with dignity. In 2017, he officially retired from touring, choosing rest and family over applause. His final years were not about fading away, but about slowing down, reflecting and savoring the ordinary moments he once missed while chasing extraordinary success. Grief, memory, and holding on. When Kenny Rogers passed away peacefully in March 2020 at age 81, the loss reverberated far beyond the music world. For Wanda and their sons, grief arrived not as a single moment, but as an ongoing presence woven into daily life. Wanda has spoken openly about how absence reshapes ordinary routines, leaving quiet spaces where his voice once lived. On anniversaries and milestones, she has shared memories that feel tender rather than performative, photographs, reflections, and reminders that love doesn't disappear with death. She often returns to the final day they spent together at home, watching movies and sharing vanilla ice cream with chocolate sauce. These details matter because they preserve the humanity behind the legend. Grief, as she describes it, doesn't vanish. It evolves. It becomes something carried gently, shaped by memory, faith, and the belief that connection continues in unseen ways. Signs, faith, and moving forward. As time passed, Wanda learned to navigate grief while honoring Rogers' wishes for her future. He had encouraged her, long before his passing, to continue living fully and to open her heart again when she was ready. Years later, she embraced that guidance, understanding that moving forward does not mean letting go. She often speaks about moments that feel like quiet reassurance, songs playing unexpectedly, memories resurfacing at the right time, or small red birds appearing when his name is mentioned. These moments, while symbolic, bring comfort rather than certainty. They serve as reminders that love leaves an imprint that doesn't fade. For their sons, Justin and Jordan, their father's presence lives on through stories, prayer, and music that surfaces in unexpected places. In this way, Rogers remains part of their lives, not frozen in the past, but woven into the present. Songs that became life lessons. Kenny Rogers' greatest legacy lives within the music that continues to resonate across generations. The Gambler transformed a simple card game into a philosophy about timing, risk, and wisdom. Lucille captured heartbreak with restraint, turning abandonment into a shared human experience. With Lady, written by Lionel Richie, Rogers revealed a tender vulnerability that bridged country and pop audiences. Songs like She Believes in Me, Through the Years, and You Decorated My Life felt less like performances and more like personal confessions. His narrative ballads, including Coward of the County and Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town, showed his willingness to explore moral complexity and emotional depth. Whether joyful or sorrowful, his songs never talked down to listeners. They invited reflection, offering comfort without pretending life was simple. A legacy that still listens back. Kenny Rogers was laid to rest in Atlanta, but his presence was never confined to one place. His voice continues to surface in homes, cars, and quiet moments when listeners need reassurance. He didn't rely on spectacle to leave his mark. He relied on empathy, storytelling, and authenticity. That is why his music still feels current, even decades later. Rogers understood that people don't just want entertainment, they want to feel understood. Through 7 decades of music, he offered that understanding generously. His life, like his songs, was layered with joy, regret, love, and growth. And while the final curtain has fallen, the stories he told remain unfinished in the hearts of those who carry them forward. Legends don't disappear when the music stops. They linger in the spaces where memory, melody, and meaning quietly meet.